Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for the week of September 19th. We're going to jump right in here, Capricorn, and we are going to take a look at your current general energies in this first row here. Just whatever wants to come up for you this week. In your next row, we are going to look at where you are at on your path to your destiny, right? In this row here. Some of these cards got flipped around, by the way. I don't read reversals. Then we're going to look at what you need to hear right now in this next row. Or actually, sorry, this is your next steps that you should take on your path or just in your life in general. And then we're going to look at what you need to hear right now in this last row. On top of that, we are going to pull 3 yes or no question cards at the end. That was upright. I thought it was reversed. And there we go. So, Capricorn, in your first position here, you have this air card. It says, seek a union of mind and spirit. So I feel you have to kind of mix the two things together. It's funny, you have the Tower, which Taurus also had, and the Justice card at the end. And they're coming up together, which kind of would be like a union of two things. And the reason being is that the Tower, the two people are falling from the air down to earth. The Tower represents grounding something in reality or needing to be grounded or needing to see reality. So I kind of feel that for you, Capricorn, with this energy, that it's not so much talking about air. I feel it's talking about mixing two things together, about kind of grounding something in your own reality. You have the 10 of Pentacles, the 9 of Swords, and the 5 of Pentacles here. There's a huge difference between all these cards, right? You know, it's like, this is what you want. 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is a tree of life. 10 of Pentacles represents pretty much everything you want in your life. Could represent, you know, love, abundance. It's usually the card with the family. It's forming the tree of life on the card. And it could represent building or leaving a legacy, whatever that means for you. And I feel that some of you feel a little bit farther away from that this week with the 9 of Swords. I don't think that's true, by the way. And there's actually some very clear advice in this reading about what to do. But 9 of Swords is like having a nightmare, waking up, and being stuck in a nightmare. So you're trying to end some sort of cycle here, I feel, Capricorn. And even with the 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, number 1, says do not call attention to your weaknesses. So you might have some weaknesses, but it definitely says don't call attention to those weaknesses, right? It really asks you to focus on your strengths, which I always talk about with you, Capricorn, mostly because we had Saturn and Capricorn in 2017. And again, you're going to be dealing with that energy until it comes back around in like 27 years or 26 years, whatever the math is, right? So I feel like you're going to be dealing with this energy for a long time. Not the bad energy, because it's not bad, it's good. Saturn and Capricorn, for you, I feel, is asking you to become more efficient. It's asking you to focus on the things that you do that actually lead to a result, right? And we see that at the end with the Justice card. Justice, outside of being a card of justice, right, is a card of cause and effect. It's like, are the things that you're doing in work and business and love, are they leading to a result, or are they just leading to a dead end and you need to turn around and try something else, right? And that's what all your readings have been about. So let's see. With the 10 of Pentacles, you have the 3 of Swords. You have the 3 of Swords twice in your reading. I do feel there's like a background situation that you're dealing with. This, I'm pretty sure this came up in your mid-monthly reading as well, where some of you could be dealing with a separation. For some of you, I feel like you're the one that caused it. And I don't mean you caused it. I feel like you're the one that did it. And so if you didn't break up with a person, they broke up with you, then this is a different story. But for some of you, I feel like maybe you broke up with a person. You could be feeling sad about it, but at the same time, I feel like you know it's the right thing to do, judging by the Tower and the Justice card coming up at the end. It's like maybe you're sad about it, but maybe your life is also getting better, right? Which can happen, or something. And I definitely feel there are disappointments, and I feel that some of you could be thinking about the disappointments of how a relationship didn't work out and how great it would have been. But I don't know, I feel like with that Justice card is saying, start putting energy into things that are real. You know, one of my favorite people of all time, Kyle Cease, says that, you know, it's not our heart that's broken, it's our expectations that are broken. And maybe you're starting to realize that, which is nice. With the 9 of Swords, you have the Hangman. The Hangman, I feel, is talking about delays. The 9 of Swords is like a never-ending nightmare, right? And I feel for some of you, you just need to try something different. One of my other favorite people of all time, John Taffer, he always says, if you're doing the same thing today that you did yesterday, you're stuck. So I feel just trying one thing a day. Trust me, I was in a deep, dark hole for about 3 years. I always talk about this. And that's literally what I did. I just started doing one different thing a day. How did I get this channel? I was stuck at 40,000 subs for like, I don't know, 3 years, something like that as well. I have these like weird 3-year cycles in my life for like a long time, and everybody was outpacing me. What did I do? I just started doing one new thing a day, and I still do that, right? And so that's what I would do to get out of this. With the Five of Pentacles, there's like too much pressure. I do feel, again, I feel like this is actually a good reading. I feel like it's starting out a little rocky because I feel there are too many thoughts, too many things floating around in your head, which could be leading to an overwhelming energy. So I feel this is talking about being overwhelmed. And I'm not getting the typical Ten of Wands meaning, which is kind of responsibilities or carrying a lot of weights on your shoulders. It could be causing those things. The overwhelm, those could be side effects of being overwhelmed. But I feel overwhelmed energy here. What I feel like you need to do actually is stop doing everything and kind of start, fresh. In a lot of ways, that might sound like you're going to be slowing yourself down. I don't think so. I think that's going to make you actually much more productive. I feel it's going to make you also much more successful, much quicker if you kind of like slow things down instead of trying to do everything at once, which that's kind of like the feeling I get with this Ten of Wands. I do kind of feel good about it though, as well. Ten of Wands, he's about to release a burden. So I feel for some of you, you're about to release a burden. Next, for where you were at on your path to your destiny, you have this dragonfly card. Dragonflies can represent illusions or fantasies. If you look through a dragonfly's wings, they kind of have a shimmeriness to them. They have like this iridescence. It's almost as if you're looking through a stained glass window. And the dragonfly kind of represents, maybe wearing rose-colored glasses, not seeing things for how they are. It's funny that you have this Hermit card, and on this Hermit card in this deck, it's this woman. She's like standing in front of a window. It kind of looks like a stained glass window. So I feel like maybe you haven't been seeing things for how they are, but there's a solution here. So you have the Hermit, the Ace of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. The Hermit, again, can say that you've gone through a dark night of the soul. I feel you've been through some difficulties and challenges, and now you have found your inner light. I really feel you're discovering your true power here, probably after a heartbreak for some of you. For others, it could be after an overwhelming period of time that you've been going through. For some of you, it's both, right? I feel for some of you, it's kind of a mixture of both of those things that you've been experiencing. And I feel where this is going is actually really, really good for you, Capricorn, because you're becoming much more confident, much stronger. I feel like you're becoming much more confident in your abilities to be successful in life as well, which I love. You have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is out with the old, in with the new. Ace of Wands, sorry, I'm choking. Traditionally, there's like a castle that is crumbling in the background of the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands kind of represents out with the old, which is the old castle, and in with the new. So I feel there's something new coming in for you. I would also move towards your desires. Right next to it, it's like literally your solution to the Nine of Swords is Ace of Wands and King of Wands. And also Temperance. Temperance is about turning one thing into another. I feel like this reading is saying you have the power to create a turnaround in your life, but you're going to have to do the work, obviously. You're also going to have to move towards desire. The thing with the Ace of Wands and the King of Wands is you might desire doing something ridiculous, like having a worm farm, right, that I always joke about, but maybe I'm serious. And and it doesn't matter what you want to create in your life. It could be a famous worm farm that you want to create. Could be maybe you want to have a petting zoo, right? A human petting zoo or something weird like that. This is saying it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what any other people will think about what you want to do. This says move towards it, do it, create it, and you'll be successful. That's the Ace of Wands. We have to follow our heart. And I don't know, I've never had so many readings where the readings are really saying follow your heart, and like they are at this time. You have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords can be lying, cheating, stealing. I do feel for some of you that you could be getting your karma, or seeing someone getting their karma for lying, cheating, stealing. Again, I don't think it was you that lied, cheated, or stole. I feel it was this right here. King of Wands to the Tower and the Justice card. So clearly, if someone caused a tower moment in your life, I feel like you're seeing them get their karma, or you're rebalancing a situation. For some of you, again, I feel like you left a person because something didn't feel right here. A little bit of a heartbreak, but at the same time, I feel like you're right, is what this reading was saying. It's like your feelings about the person were correct, and because you chose to leave, I feel the universe is like saying they stuck up for themselves, so, here's a reward. And I almost feel like that Justice card is the universe bringing balance back into your life, and this could be in the form of love or new love coming in for you because you brought balance into your life. For all of you, I would also say Now, the Seven of Swords represents doing things differently. So it can say that if you're struggling to make something successful in your life, could be like a business or a career or anything, this says try every single way that you can think of, to get it to work. Or if you're just trying one way to get something to work, try another way. It's about learning other ways of doing things. With the Hermit, you have the Seven of Wands, 2 sevens in this row. 2 sevens represents internal fears that don't exist, so definitely a good time to let go of fears. 7 of Wands is a card of conviction. It says when you know that something is going to work for you, it'll work for you. It's a card of success. So the more deeply that you believe something, the better, especially if you're working towards your path or your destiny. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Hermit. The Hermit has his desire in his lantern right here. The star from the star card is inside his lantern, and he really needs to shine that star. He also needs to use that star as guidance. The star on the star card represents your North Star. That one thing that you work towards, the thing that you hold as the object of your attention, whatever it is, could be a goal, wish, dream, experience, a person, whatever. And I feel this is saying, move towards it quickly. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, there's balance coming in. See, I feel like someone breadcrumbed you. I'm pretty sure I said this to you in your mid-September reading, Capricorn, that someone was breadcrumbing you, or maybe they weren't a liar to your sailor, but maybe they were just not giving you attention, not paying attention, not giving you time. I feel like they were a very lazy lover. I feel like they were very stingy with their time, right? And I feel you really gave to this situation. And again, if that story is for you, I don't think it's true for all of you, but for those of you that it is true for, I feel the universe is bringing balance very clearly in the form of love. You could be doubting love, but I feel like they're bringing love. Could be a Pisces coming in for you as well. Next, in the area of what are we doing here? Your next steps. You have the Caution card. You also have this Devotion card. So I feel for some of you, I would be cautious of devoting yourself to, I feel like you've learned to be cautious of devoting yourself to a person that just isn't kind of giving you love or isn't giving anything to you. So that's what I feel this Caution card is talking about, is that maybe you've learned that you aren't just going to blindly give to a person without at least getting some equal give and take here, right? And that's what I feel like that's really talking about. I feel like you are kind of devoting yourself to work is what I would say with that King of Wands. So you have the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles in this row. That really tells me that you're kind of devoting yourself to your desires. I feel if someone's coming into your life right now, they're going to have to come in as a compliment to your life, not just some person, right? So that's what I get for you. You have the Three of Swords, the King of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. We already know that you were hurt probably or have experienced some hurt in the past. I would also make sure to stay healthy. Again, I am not a doctor, so do not take this as medical advice. But what I would say is that a lot of people have been getting cards of health or the Three of Swords. And sometimes I feel like the Three of Swords can, number one, represent your back. So that just popped into my head. Be careful of your back or your elbow. I heard the word elbow too. And I would also say that I would just watch your health in general. I would just make sure to take care of yourself. We're entering into Mars retrograde October 30th. And yeah, that's a month away. But at the same time, we're going to be entering into the shadow soon. And I don't know. I would just be careful. I wouldn't overexert yourself. I'd make sure to stay healthy, right? And if you do that, you'll be fine, by the way. Astrology doesn't control our life. Neither does tarot, as I always say. It just says, maybe follow these rules. You have the King of Wands. You're coming up as very brave, very bold. I feel like you're also becoming more sure of yourself. If you made this move, by the way, to walk away from a person, I feel this was a very big, kind of turning point in your life. Maybe that's not the right word, but I feel this was a big change for you. And it was one of those moments where I feel it kind of really actually gave you confidence or is giving you confidence. This could be true if you walked away from a job as well, because some of you, maybe you noticed that something wasn't right. I almost feel this energy of passing up on something. Sometimes I think we're given opportunities in life that just aren't right for us. I wouldn't really call it a test from the universe, but sometimes I think it is a test, kind of, right? Where the universe is saying, are they really going to accept less than they deserve or not? So it's almost as if you have passed a test like that. I wouldn't, again, it doesn't, to say that it was a test is a little dramatic here is what I'm getting. But what I would say is I feel like you kind of stuck up for yourself in some way. And for some of you, clearly it's this love situation. For others, it could be something else. And because you did that, I feel like it's almost as if it caused a click inside of you. I don't think it's anything spiritual either. I feel like this is more personal, if that makes sense, where because you did it, it gave you this confidence, or you've learned confidence from it. You have the King of Pentacles next. I feel this is what you're focused on, creating your own stability, your own security. and, kind of getting to a certain place in life where you can be, maybe more stable. And, I feel that King of Wands with the King of Pentacles is really your energy. I kind of feel you're embracing both of those energies. I don't really feel these cards are people in your life. They could be, but again, I really feel this is the energy that you're embracing, both of these kings, and good energy. King of Wands, like the entrepreneur in the tarot, he also really nurtures things into existence. He really takes care of things like their children, and he raises them, whether it's a business or children or, some project that he's working on. King of Pentacles is kind of the more stable, grounded, practical side, and I like that you're kind of maybe mixing the boldness, the risk-taking of the King of Wands with maybe a little bit more of the practicality of the King of Pentacles. I feel this is kind of the perfect mix of those two energies. Really nice. With the Three of Swords, you have the Eight of Swords. Yeah, I feel like this person made you feel stuck if it was a person. On top of that, Seven of Swords, Eight of Swords. If you're bumping up against obstacles this week, you're not stuck. Eight of Swords is self-imposed restriction, needing to realize that you can set yourself free. But it's also saying that if something isn't working, you need to just try something else. And again, for some of you, I feel like you've already done this. You've already walked away from a person who wasn't working. With the King of Wands, you have the Page of Cups. Definitely could be love coming in for you. As well, King of Wands says you're very attractive at this time. Capricorn, I almost feel this is the person with that moon card. Could be a Pisces or someone who has Pisces in their chart. Also could be a Virgo. You have the Hermit twice here, so it could be a Virgo coming in for you. Virgo and Capricorn is a really good match. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Cups. Definitely could be an Earth sign as well, but the Ace of Cups could be love, of course. For others, you have two aces here, and I feel that two aces is a yes to any question that I haven't answered. I would also say that the Ace of Cups is your emotions overflowing, and it can represent doing the activities in life, doing the things that cause you to overflow with energy, so that when we do that, we kind of fill ourselves back up with energy, and that's what it looks like you're doing here. Next, for what you need to hear right now, you have this broken wishbone card. It says, wish will not be granted. I feel like it's the wish of something working out with this person, if it's a person. You also have this mountain. It says major challenge to overcome. So I feel that I feel like you are overcoming challenges. I mean, you're a Capricorn. You're always climbing a mountain. Trust me, I get it. I have 5 planets in Capricorn myself. I'm always dealing with something, right? So, and I'm sure you're exactly the same. I don't think this is anything new for you here, Capricorn. Again, I feel like the wish that wasn't fulfilled was that you thought you would have your happily ever after with a past person and that you walked away from. But at the same time, for most of you, I feel like you finally chose to walk away because it looks like this person was very lazy as far as what they were giving in the situation. You have the Tower, the Justice card, the Temperance card, and the Moon. The Tower can, of course, represent a tower moment, but I feel that the Tower is kind of saying you finally saw things for how they actually were with a person or in reality. The Justice card is kind of a balancing energy or balancing things out, and I feel the universe is kind of bringing you karma because you chose to balance things out. So things are clearly balancing out here. I wouldn't even worry about those obstacles coming in with the mountain. You have the Temperance card. Temperance is about turning one thing into another. Temperance is about using your powers of alchemy to kind of turn things around. And that's what I feel like you're doing here. I feel like you could be using a little bit of magic to turn around your situation. And with the Moon, number one, I feel like there could be a Pisces coming in for you, but I also feel that this could be you kind of going down a new path. The Moon normally has a path straight down the middle of the card, and it ends at some mountains. Mountains in the tarot represent achievements. People always ask me all the time. They say, why would I want to climb a mountain? Why would I want to overcome an obstacle? I don't want to deal with obstacles anymore. I'm like, where do you get the best views? At the top of a mountain. So that's why you would want to climb this mountain. Whatever it is for you, Capricorn. Don't give up on something. With the Tower and the Justice card, here you go, 6 of Swords. Moving on. Like I said, I feel that you have chosen to leave something behind in the past, and you're moving on to calmer shores. You are moving towards improvements. This was probably a mountain. For some of you, I feel like you were dealing with a person where it's like you were dealing with the person. Maybe you weren't. And I feel like you were super patient, just waiting for things to happen. It just never happened. And, that you're finally moving on. With the Temperance card, you have the 9 of Pentacles. I thought you had the 9 of Pentacles twice for some reason, but 9 of Pentacles, card of true independence. It's also a card of gratitude and luxuries. So I feel there's a lot of success financially coming in for you. And it's probably, this is probably part of the rebalancing. I feel like you're keeping your energy to yourself. she has 6 pentacles over here, 3 pentacles over here, and on the 9 of Pentacles, it kind of says that she keeps 6 pentacles worth of energy for herself, and she's willing to give 3 pentacles to, situations, people, whatever. So she always keeps enough energy for herself, and I feel like that's what you learned here. With the moon, you have the High Priestess. Definitely could be a Pisces coming in for some of you. For others, I feel this is saying trust your intuition, obviously. There could be some secrets. Again, I feel if you left a person, I feel like you knew that there were a lot of secrets or they were holding back. And that's, I'm just telling you what you already know here, Capricorn. But a pretty interesting reading. We are going to take this card, which is the Knight of Cups. So there could be a knight in shining armor coming in for you if you are looking for love. I love that. We're going to pull 3 yes or no question cards now. We're going to do 1, 2, and 3. Feel free to pause this reading if you need time to think of your questions, but 1, 2, and 3 right here. For question number 1, you have the 8 of Pentacles. Yes, 8 of Pentacles is material success on the horizon. This whole entire reading was about you kind of working on something or creating a turnaround in your life, so I'd say yes. For question number 2, you have the Hanged Woman, which is basically the Hangman. So I would say yes, but I feel like you need to get a move on. Sometimes I feel with the Hangman, it's like a yes if you get moving. So yes. Also Pisces. For question number 3, I would say no. You have the 2 of Swords, so no for question number 3. But this looks really good here, Capricorn. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.